Zelda Wii U is aiming to be the grandest Zelda game of them all, landing on the year that will celebrate 30 years of glorious adventures the series has given us. With that being said, it would stand to reason that as a partially celebratory title, that the game should include certain elements that would enhance the gameplay and the scenario of this extremely anticipated title. And this isn't like prior lists, where we would talk about the best inclusions and improvements to the game. This top 10 will target very specific elements from past individual games that should make a big reappearance in this title. Given how well they worked in the past, these elements should return with an updated flair for this big and bold new Zelda game. And to show how big of a celebration this is, I've got the Chamber of Sages here with me on this project. So let's get into it. Introduced in Ocarina of Time 3D, the Boss Gauntlet mode was an extremely welcome addition to the Zelda series, and then it made more of an impact in Skyward Sword, where you can get some sweet items and rupees. In Zelda Wii U, this needs to return, since the Zelda bosses have becoming more and more enjoyable with the most recent installments. Boss Gauntlet is something of a given at this point, and would be a great feature to return from a past game. Replaying bosses in Zelda Wii U could be similar to that of Skyward Sword, where you get awesome gear for braving these foes again. Just the option to fight your favorite boss over again would be heavily appreciated.
Introduced in Phantom Hourglass, the map marking feature was a fun and intuitive way to keep track of your position and that of items, while exploring a dungeon or navigating the overworld. Since Zelda Wii U is going to have a huge world to explore, this feature would be a godsend. Picture this. Perhaps you came across a cave you want to explore, hidden deep in the woods, but you don't want to get your butt kicked, so you go find supplies. You mark it and trace your path in order to get back to it easier. We've already seen that you can set beacons in this game, so this would be a great next step.
The freedom of progression that was heavily highlighted in A Link Between Worlds is something that many fans have been clamoring for to return in Zelda Wii U. In an interview with Zelda director Eiji Aonuma, stated that when approaching dungeons or situations that you can tackle it from nearly any direction. If something like this could also apply to the entire progression of the game without losing a sense of an established direction, then that would be pretty great. You can truly make the adventure your own and talk to all your Zelda fanatics about which route you decided to take on your journey. That'll truly capture the sense of adventure that the Zelda series is quite known for.
The concept of a dual world has existed in many Zelda games, but A Link to the Past is what truly set the mark for that concept with the Dark World. Since then, the Zelda series has emulated that concept in one way or another, with the scale differing with each game, but none came close to A Link to the Past's Dark World and A Link Between Worlds Lorule. In Zelda Wii U, there should be a dual world along the lines of this scale. This would dramatically increase the length of the game and the amount of new things to discover and new areas to explore, especially if Nintendo decides to make this a post-game edition.
Number 6. True Secrets: The Legend of Zelda. This is something that has been in the very first Zelda game, True Secrets, and what I'm talking about is areas and items that are 100% hidden within the game and its field. This sense of rewarding exploration has been lost in the Zelda games and video games in general over the years, as caves, explodable walls, secret treasures always has had a hint leading up to their reveals. In Zelda Wii U, they need to bring back the true secrets and hidden treasures that you can only find by using your wits and sense of wonder. This will be an extremely rewarding addition to have in Zelda Wii U from the first Legend of Zelda.
Introduced in Skyward Sword, crafting isn't new to gaming, but man was it welcome to the Zelda series. Crafting in Skyward Sword seemed invaluable when you wanted stronger items and expanded equipment. Hunting down precious synthesis materials was also part of the fun, and if Zelda Wii U were to implement a system like this, then that opens the door for side quests, treasure hunting, stronger enemies, and more, all stemming from crafting. If anything, this will be appreciated by completionists like me, and will extend the length of the game even further.
A heavy thematic balance that recalls the past. Something that was huge and haunting in The Wind Waker was the tragic past of Zelda games that came before it. Zelda Wii U should have a connection to the past games in its timeline, This will not only expand the lore found within the game, but can also explain various elements from other Zelda games and show what happens after certain pivotal events within the timeline. This will explain the story greatly in the Zelda series, not just for this game in particular, but for the other games as well. Storytelling like this is something that Nintendo is known for on a smaller scale, but I feel that Nintendo can really crank it up with this promising title.
Must I say more? Twilight Princess arguably has the best traditional battle system in a Zelda game, given you have the ability to fight with your sword in more ways than any other entry. This concept should really make a grand return in Zelda Wii U, as we've seen that the game will return to its more traditional format when it comes to swordplay. With that being said, hidden skills are pretty much expected. Perhaps Link learned them in a similar way as the Link in Twilight Princess did, or Link could find them in hidden ruins or hieroglyphics that explain a certain art, truly making them a hidden treasure that you're gonna have to find this time around. Of course, all 7 of the skills should return, with the most important being the ending blow, but Nintendo should add some more skills as well, perhaps sword parries and mystical arts.
One of the most well-known aspects of Majora's Mask is that the world of Termina was the most tangible and truly living environment seen in a Zelda game and in video games in general. The choices you made mattered, and each event that you took part in had an effect on other characters and events within the game. A system like this must return in Zelda Wii U, and perhaps it has already been teased to come back. In an interview with Miyamoto, he stated that the world is so chock full of things to do that you may be doing something for the main quest of the game, only for you to stop during that quest and partake in an activity that you see on the way. This can quickly add up to the point where you would forget that you were on a main mission beforehand. This is a great indicator, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. These activities and events need to have an impact in the world you live in. Only then Zelda Wii U will be a game of true integration.
Zelda Wii U needs time manipulation. So far we have something along those lines with Link's new bullet time abilities, but that isn't enough for a Zelda of the now. Time manipulation in Zelda became a thing starting in Ocarina of Time, where you could go between 2 time periods and change the night and day cycles at will. These abilities have carried over to Majora's Mask and in The Wind Waker. However, a feature like that was sorely missing in Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword didn't have a true day and night cycle feature. The only way to achieve nighttime was through sleeping, and even still it was regulated only to certain areas above the clouds. However, in the same game, Skyward Sword had various examples of technology that was able to manipulate time through the use of time shift stones, something that many people believe is going to return in Zelda Wii U. Zelda Wii U needs to bring back the importance and wonders of time. With what we've seen and what is available to us from past Zelda games, it should be no problem at all to do something like this. I feel that is truly one of the most key features for a Zelda game of days past to feature in this upcoming title. Hey yo, thanks for watching Zelda Fanatics. What do you think about the list? Leave your thoughts and what you think should be in Zelda Wii U from past game in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe for more and check out the Chamber of Sages channel. Until the next Chamber video, I've been HMK and this has been the Chamber of Sages, and we will check you guys later.